This video is going to be a build series. This is going to be part 1 of possibly 2, but I'm thinking 3 just because I'm doing this kind of in my spare time and I never know when I'm going to have time to work on it. But it's going to be a build series of me building my first guitar. This year I had a New Year's resolution to build a guitar. I've played guitar, I've taught lessons, I started a YouTube channel. One of the things that I haven't done in the hobby is build one. To building my first one, this series, this guitar, was like without question the first thing that popped in my head. I've always wanted a flying V. Ever since I started learning to play, going to the Best Buy Music Center or Guitar Center, without really knowing anything about how they feel or play, I just thought they looked cool. Then I learned about like the 58 Mystique, like the there's only how many out there, I don't know off the top of my head, under 50 I believe, or right around there. Feel free to leave a comment if you know how many. I know there's not many, maybe it's even less. And I thought, God, the odds are that I'm probably never going to be able to own one of those, so why not build it? So this first part is going to get us to where this body blank is, starting from just 2 slabs of red oak, and I will do some voiceovers along the way, kind of describing what I'm doing. If you see something that I'm doing wrong, feel free to leave a comment. This is my first build and I'm just kind of learning as I go. Feel free to also like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow when people click that subscribe button. And follow along and watch me try to make a 58 style. I'm going to say 58 style because this is going to be a bolt-on neck. Being my first guitar, I thought that might be a slightly easier way to go, and I'm not sure if I'm going to build the neck myself. Again, it was enough to get me to this point, so I don't know that I quite have the woodworking skills to build a neck, so it might be a purchased neck bolting onto this body blank that I'm working on. Follow along and watch me attempt to build a 58 replica Flying V. I'm doing this a little unconventional. Normally I think you would probably find an edge and line your center line up with that edge so you have 2 nice pieces. This is my first guitar, so I'm actually going to try to utilize the wood as best I can. As far as I want to try to get 2 blanks out of this piece of wood just in case I mess up with one, and we'll just see how it looks. I don't want to use the whole slab for one guitar, and then if I mess it up have to try to source another piece of wood. So that's why we're going to go at a little bit of a goofy angle. Here I'm just going to use my skill saw to cut the 2 pieces in half to make it a little easier to work with. Here you can see I've done some cleaning up with the jigsaw, and I'm just going to continue getting as close to that edge as I can before I hit it with the router. Next, I'm going to router out using a template from Guitars by Design. I found it on Reverb. And this is the router bit that I'm going to be using. So the bearing is on the shaft side, or the top of the shaft. And then I will just follow the template around. I've got a couple different depths. I'm just gonna go a little bit at a time. I may only record one pass just because it's gonna be so dusty. I don't really want my camera out here, but essentially I'll just go a little bit deeper and deeper every time, maybe 4 or 5 passes until it's routed out. Double-sided tape is gonna go on the body to help secure the template to it.
Oh my God, do not use this much double-sided tape. I almost broke the template trying to get it off. You only need a little square here and there. Do not use this much tape. I'm going to go ahead and start going around the template with the router, working towards that final body shape. I think I went the wrong way on these first couple passes, experimenting with going clockwise or counterclockwise. I did end up going the other way on other passes, and it seemed to work out pretty good. As you can see, we've finished our passes with the router and the template. It's pretty much nice and smooth from top to bottom, except for that little guy right by that neck pickup. And now we're getting ready to hit the pickup and control cavity areas with a Forstner bit just to hog out a little bit more material before I hit it with the router. Here I'm just marking out the spot with that same Forstner bit for the output jack. I'll hit it quick, and then you'll see later I have to adjust and just go a little bit deeper to make sure there's room for the jack and the wires. start final routing on the pickup cavities and the control area. Again, multiple passes with the router going down in depth each time. The pickup cavities were routed to a depth of just over 3/4, with the pickup ear area going down to about 1.125 inches. And I believe I went down to that 1.125 inches on the control cavity as well, just to make sure there's enough room for the wires and pots. And the last part for this video, we're just gonna hog out a channel with this, I believe it's either a 1/4 inch or a 3/8 width bit for wiring. And we're gonna go from the control cavity down to that output jack, and then we're gonna go pickup cavity to control cavity. I think that's going to do it for part 1. The only thing I thought I might capture, which I didn't catch earlier, is just these. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. The pockets here for the humbucker adjustment bolts. Those are a little bit deeper than the rest of the cavity there. But yeah, I think I'm in a good spot. I think the next part is probably going to be neck fitment, and if that's not enough of a video, it'll be neck fitment and bridge and the classic V tailpiece. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it, and we'll hope to catch you on part 2.